Chronic fatigue that doesn't improve with lots of rest, healthy clean nutrition, or consistent training and movement usually means something deeper is going wrong in your body. And in this video, I'll break down what the research shows about the 3 core systems that drive chronic fatigue. First, how your cells produce energy. Second, how your nervous system handles stress and regulates recovery. And third, how chronic inflammation suppresses both focus and performance. And once you understand these, you'll see why even healthy habits alone often don't cut it and where real recovery actually begins. Mitochondria are often called the powerhouse of the cell, but they function more like control centers. They don't just generate energy, they decide whether energy should be produced at all. And when the body is under chronic stress, let's think poor sleep, emotional issues, blood sugar swings, or low-grade inflammation, mitochondria view that as a real threat. And their response? To conserve energy, dial back your energy output, and to prioritize survival. And this isn't a malfunction. It's a built-in safety mechanism that's very useful in the short term, but problematic when stress becomes more chronic. And that is the issue here. Modern stress is rarely temporary, so the mitochondria stay in low output mode. And because every system relies on cellular energy, you start to feel it everywhere. Fatigue, brain fog, poor recovery, and low drive. Someone might be sleeping 8 hours, eating very clean, even training consistently, but if their mitochondria are still getting unsafe signals, energy production will stay suppressed. And that safety signal isn't just one variable. It is what your nervous system and immune system are always checking. Is there steady fuel? Is inflammation low? Is there enough real rest? Is the environment stable and predictable? And without those safety cues, the mitochondria stay suppressed, no matter how well you're taking care of yourself. But whether your cells make energy depends heavily on how your nervous system interprets the world around you. This system, called the autonomic nervous system, decides how your body shifts between action and recovery. It balances 2 branches: the sympathetic, which prepares you for fight or flight, and the parasympathetic, which supports rest, digestion, and repair. In a healthy mind and body, you move fluidly between both. You activate when needed and then come back to baseline. But under chronic stress, that flexibility starts to break down. The system gets stuck in high alert mode, and over time, it just stops shifting back. Every time your body perceives a threat, whether it's a deadline, an argument, or skipping a meal, it triggers a sympathetic response. And if those signals come too often, with no clear resolution, the system stops returning to baseline. It assumes this is the new normal. And it doesn't always show up as anxiety or panic. Often it's a lot more subtle. Light fragmented sleep, digestive issues, constant muscle tension, especially in the neck and the lower back, or that low level of irritability that never fully goes away. One of the best ways to track this is HRV, or heart rate variability. It reflects how well your nervous system can adapt. Low HRV means your system is more rigid, locked in defense and protection. High HRV means it's more flexible, responsive, and balanced. And this state of constant low-grade tension silently drains your system over time. And here's why it matters. If your body can't shift into repair and recovery mode, then even minor stressors will start to pile up. You might be resting on the outside, but on the inside, your system is still bracing for impact. And this is why chronic fatigue is not just about energy output, it is about perception. If your nervous system keeps reading the world as unsafe, real recovery cannot begin. But the story doesn't stop with stress perception. When the nervous system stays on high alert, it signals to the immune system that the body might be under threat. And over time, that changes how the immune system behaves and how it influences energy regulation. When the immune system detects a threat, like an infection, an injury, or even emotional stress, it releases signaling molecules called cytokines. These coordinate its body's defense, but they also affect the brain. Cytokines impact areas involved in energy, motivation, and mood. The result? A response which we call sickness behavior. Low energy, reduced drive, withdrawal, and brain fog. It's how the body forces you to rest when you're ill or injured. But this isn't just a change in mood, it's actually a metabolic shift. Because immune activation is very energy expensive. Defending the body takes priority over everything: cognition, movement, sexuality, and even repair. Fatigue in this context is not really optional. It is the system reallocating resources to survive. That's very useful short term. But when immune activation becomes chronic, from gut issues, blood sugar crashes, unresolved infections, or even emotional stress and trauma, shutdown can become the new default. And this is not psychological, it is hardwired. Your brain is being told to conserve energy because your immune system still thinks you're under threat. That's why chronic inflammation plays such a central role in fatigue. It suppresses performance and it reshapes your perception. And until those immune signals change, the brain doesn't really release the brakes. So if you're still stuck with chronic fatigue, the answer is not more discipline, it's deeper recovery. And that starts with the three systems. First, your mitochondria. Your cells can't make energy when they're stuck in protection mode. You need to lower the inputs that create metabolic stress. So stabilize your blood sugar, improve your sleep, and cut back on stimulants. Support your body with magnesium, CoQ10, and B vitamins. Gentle movement, morning light, and breathwork can also help restart energy production over time. Second, the nervous system. This goes deeper than just cold plunges and box breathing, although they can help. It means changing the patterns that keep your body stuck in high alert. And that includes real boundaries, saying no, slowing down, and actually processing what you feel. Tools like polyvagal practices, somatic work, and a lot of the trauma-informed strategies can help retrain your system. But don't underestimate the basics: regular sleep, a daily rhythm, and true downtime. And these are what make the deeper shifts really stick. Third, the immune system. Chronic fatigue often means chronic inflammation, and that can come from gut issues, blood sugar spikes, poor sleep, or lingering infections. So start with something more simple. Remove all the inflammatory foods. Focus on real whole food. Fix your sleep rhythm and get functional blood testing if your symptoms persist. This part will take a lot of time, but once the signals quiet down, your brain starts releasing those brakes. Because none of this is about quick hacks. It's about creating a consistent environment internally and externally where energy can actually be made and restored. And if this helped you make sense of your chronic fatigue, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Which system do you think is keeping you stuck? It's mitochondria, your nervous system, or your immune system? Let's start a real conversation down there. And if you want more grounded, science-based strategies for chronic fatigue recovery, I've got more videos coming soon. And thanks for watching.